Hi, my name's Lucy. I'm a doula, an educator, a birth worker and a mum. I make content about planners and all things birth. I think you might be interested in that, then feel free to subscribe. It's the end of January 2022, can you believe it already? What that means is it's time to set up February in my planners. So I have a complicated planning system, which I have detailed in previous videos. But today we're going to be working in the three planners that I use, I guess, the most consistently. So this is my beautiful Chic Sparrow. It's called a standard wide or regular wide. And this is my everyday carry. It contains my wallet and my bullet journal and my task lists and everything, and also my favourite pens. This is a Passport Wanderings notebook. I have a setup video for this as well. This is the one that I use when I don't want to take this one. So I just need to update my calendars in here because this is mainly a wallet. And then this is actually new to this channel. This is a Filofax A5 Malden in ochre. Now, this is replacing this. So this is a Wanderings A5 rings. I had a Filofax years ago. 4 years I just planned in A5 rings, and I still have it. It's beautiful. It's purple, but I de-ringed it, and I de-ringed it to turn it into a traveller's notebook, and I now store hardcover bullet journals in it for the last few years that I was bullet journaling, and it's lovely. It's an archive, but I kind of regret de-ringing it, and I have been toying with the idea of re-ringing it, and that's a rabbit hole. And I haven't quite had the guts to do it, but in the meantime I picked this up really, really cheaply. So Filofax as a brand are incredibly expensive, and we understand why. The quality is amazing, but I've found this. It's new, but I couldn't believe it. I bought it from John Lewis, shop in the UK. Sorry, excuse me, I'm at the tail end of a cold. But I couldn't hold off making this video any longer. I need to plan. So yes, you're going to have to put up with my raspy voice today. Yes, I really, really wanted to go back into A5 rings. I bought this, which is Wanderings, is a relatively inexpensive brand on Amazon. And I have been using this as my doula notebook / planner / goal setting / everything to do with my work, that part of my work. And it's been brilliant and I've loved it, but there are some problems. So this has a traveller's notebook style closure, and then inside it's got some sort of nice pockets reminiscent of my Chic Sparrow. Actually, it's quite nice, isn't it? This is my artwork. Messing around with watercolours. I liked it, but the rings are very small. So what size are these rings? Let's measure, shall we? These are, they're not even, I think they must be 2 centimetre rings. And the amount, I mean, this is sort of storage for other things, but the amount of stuff that I had in here, it was quite problematic. And all the things that I don't like about rings are true for this planner. I don't like writing on the other side of the paper. So I'm being a little bit careful because I'm not sure what's in here. Right, yeah. So in general, I like to write on this side. I don't like writing on this side because I don't like the way the rings feel. And I thought that this was going to work because they were smaller rings, but then of course you can't fit as much in. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so this, and also this, I kind of thought was nice. You put your pen in there and then it folds over. And I did like that, except that the pen was crumpling up the paper. So that annoyed me. So this has now become storage for the next bit of my planning system that I will tell you about when we get into here. So I've got some goal setting sheets and my monthly dividers all the way down to December. And then I just keep paper in here. So this is all just blank paper to go into here as and when I need it. So this is still in use. It sits on the shelf, but yeah, it served its purpose. Its purpose was to let me know whether or not I wanted to go back into A5 rings, and now I've decided I do. I picked up a really inexpensive Filofax. I don't love the colour. So this is the ochre. I knew what colour it would be. I knew it would be like a rusty orangey brown. That's okay. I just don't like the way it works with my Huckleberry. This is the pinker side of purple. This is the yellower side of brown. They don't work very well together in the way that other browns work with the Huckleberry, but it's okay. What the hell? It's all right. To be honest, most of the time it's one or the other. No, that's not strictly true. If I'm making my next appointment, I'm going to get this out. But if I'm working with a doula client, it's this. Anyway, so these are the three that I've got stuff that I need to do in. So I thought you might like to come along with me. So let's put these out of the way for now. So I haven't filmed a full setup sort of flip through type thing, and I'm just reluctant because most of the stuff in here is quite private and personal. I'm not one of these people who is going to do all of my planning really openly on YouTube because there's confidentiality issues. So I have put some sticky notes through here to cover up some stuff, and I'm going to do a brief sort of surface level flip through. The other thing that you need to know about me and my planning style is I'm really functional. So there is some collage-y type decor in here, but I don't tend to put things in pockets that aren't completely functional. So there's not a lot of that kind of decor in here, but I am quite arty and I am quite crafty and I do like a collage. So hopefully you'll find this interesting. So we start with the pockets. As I say, I'm not one for pocket decor. I have in here the thank you for breastfeeding in public cards. I've shown these before. Yeah, they are my business cards basically. In here I've got a little bit of washi tape, some stickers. They're nice. Didn't know I had those in there. Half a sheet of stickers, some post-it notes, some more stickers, and oh, that's my word of the year on a luggage tag. This was a little project, a really quick thing that we did, a little a moment of creativity in the women's circle that I'm part of. We were making our word of the year. I already had my word of the year, so I just wrote it on a luggage tag. This is my gallon leather wallet insert, which also holds my Kaveco brass pen. If you watched previous videos, you'll know that I got this for my birthday, and I knew I was getting it for my birthday, and I was quite excited about getting it for my birthday before I got it for my birthday, which felt a little bit presumptuous and entitled. But I've been dropping hints, and my husband had let it be known that he'd heard me. So yeah, I do love my brass Kaveco, and it's patinaing up beautifully already. I don't have a clip on it. I do have a clip. I just can't decide whether I like the clip. I seem to swap backwards and forwards. This currently contains... What ink is in here? It's brown. Maybe it's Parker Black. I can't remember. We'll use it in a minute and I'll let you know. On the inside of here, I carry my cards. So this is bank cards and loyalty cards and my driving license and things like that, and then things that I need. I have been carrying around this little RAC. This is a breakdown cover in the UK. I've been carrying this around for ages. I wasn't even sure we were covered. Look how tatty it is. I've had it literally years. And then my battery died in an Asda car park last week, and I had occasion to use it. So I could have Googled the phone number, right? It's not hard, but I was really glad that I had that in there. Then wrapping my first insert, I have a little, just a little sleeve, a cover that I made years ago that I like. So that lives there. And then this is my months. So this is a, not Midori, Traveller's Company blank monthly insert. So if we turn to January, it's busy, it's functional. This is cute, isn't it? This is just a little crocheted heart on a paperclip. That I used to mark the current month. My life is just busy. I mean, not December, that was. You can see that this is mainly functional. I do decorate. I do have moments of decoration, but mainly this is the nuts and bolts of me running my life, and my kids and my husband and everything that we've got going on. So the first thing that we need to do in here is move this. I mean, we are here, so we're nearly in the next month. So I'll just move my little marker over to February. Boop, like that. And have a look and just make sure that I've got everything in here that I need to have in here. So, for example, my baby club. Yeah, this is Parker back. Baby club and baby club. And then 1, 2, 3 NCT. I've got a Zoom drop in. Which actually finishes in March. But that needs to be in there. And I'm just scanning to see if there's anything else that I need to put in. So right in the back here, I have my list of important dates. Okay, so there are birthdays in here. So there are 3 birthdays that I need to keep track of. 8th, 11th, 21st. So, Antonio, Robin, and Leo. Okay. And these strips of washi tape indicate when I'm on call. So, I would imagine that this baby will be born soon. I'm on call right now, and I think this baby's going to happen this weekend. So this piece of washi tape can come up. So that's how I manage my on-calls as a doula. Oh, great. Smudged already. That's what happens when you're filming and you're not paying attention. I do have... where is my... There we go. I do have blotting paper and I forgot to use it because I'm filming. But I don't mind. Do you know what? I don't mind. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is lay down a little bit of decor on this page. I do like to have a little something. So I thought I'd have a quick look and see if I've got any kits. So because I've been in all sorts of sizes over the over the years, over the time, I do have various kits. So let's see if we've got something February-ish. So these ones are from Lethbridge Cards, which I really love. And I think these are Hobonichi kits. They might not be, but yeah, I was in a cousin at the beginning of last year. So I bought a load of these. Oh, what have we got? Oh, that's nice. What do you think? Should we do that one? Let's just see what else. So I'm kind of going to hack these down to make them fit. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that one. It sort of feels not... I don't really do sort of Valentine's as a theme, but the roses are nice. And if I did decide to do a bit more of a sort of romantic vibe, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? So let's use this. So because I plan in this planner all year, so obviously I've got stuff put in the future, it needs to be functional all the time, but I only really decorate it when I get to it, if that makes sense. I'm not going to decorate the whole insert before I even get to it. So what I'm going to do is just use these to pretty up this spread. And I'm not going to talk through it. I will probably speed it all up. Yeah, and we'll see how it ends up. So enjoy. Okay, so that will do for now. And what will happen is when the month comes to an end, I may find that I haven't written any notes or anything in this page, and I'll put a bit more decor here. Looking back at this, I'm feeling like I could put a bit more in here, but not feeling it. That felt a bit painful, so I think I'm going to stop. Okay. Fine. So let's pop our little marker back on here. Oh, yeah. The other thing that's going to need to happen, and I might as well do it now, is I need to update this. So this is my passport. And I'm going to make sure that this is synced with this. And I do this if and when I use this planner. So if I'm taking it out, I will have a quick check and make sure everything's written in. But at the beginning of every month, I do go through and just make sure that I've got everything transferred. So let's go through this. I conditioned this leather in a previous video, and it's lovely. It's been used quite a lot since then, but feels nice. I really do like it a lot. So this is a wallet insert. I currently have nothing in here. Isn't that lovely? Let me move this. So this is the insert that I decorated, the wallet insert that I decorated. And here's, I've covered up some personal information there, but here is my little monthly inserts. And I've got February in here. So this basically just mirrors this. So all I need to do is go through and transfer some information. Remembered the blotting paper this time. While I'm here, I might as well have a look at the next month and see if there's anything that I can already put in. And there is. Okay. So that's all that needs to happen for this little guy for now. But as I'm flipping through as I go, I might as well show you. So this is 2 monthly blank inserts from Traveller's Company. They look like that. So this one will finish February, and then this one starts in March. This is the back of that folder, and then my little wallet insert. If you want some more information about this Traveller's Notebook, please do look at my other video, which I will put in the cards and link down below. So that one is done. Okay, so moving back to this, I'm going to tidy up my minor mess I've got here. So this guy is done for now. We will come back to it. So this is still sitting inside its little cover that came out with it, and that sits in the middle of my Galen leather, Galen, who knows, wallet insert. So this is the back of that. I just keep some foldy money here and some cash money in there. And this is patinaing up really interestingly. I don't know if you can see this, but it's almost as if the outer darkest layer is being rubbed off. And it's not being transferred onto here. So this is a collage cover. It's Mod Podged over the top, and it's quite bumpy. It's got a lot of texture. And that is what's causing this friction, and I love it. I don't mind. I'm not complaining. I love it. But isn't it interesting that it's not transferring onto here? Where is it going? There's a little line here that's being formed, which correlates with the bottom of where the cards sit in here, but also this. So you can sort of see where the wear and tear is coming from. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so here we have my weeks. This is my weekly insert. Collaged front, various bits of ephemera from all over the place. I have covered up personal information so I don't have to do the blurry thing. This is the back of that insert, and I just use a little clip to mark my place. So this I set up every Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, for the following week. And this was the dated insert, so that was Christmas week. So I use it for a bit of journaling. Obviously, I didn't have a lot of appointments or anything over Christmas. And then we get into my usual layout. So I do have client names in here, but just first names. So I think I'm okay. And sometimes I pre-decorate and sometimes I post-decorate. So we are here. Lovely blank spaces. I have to say, I'm quite a busy person. And it's not often I get 2 days in a row off, although I am expecting a birth. So yeah, swings and roundabouts. So I will set this up for next week, but I will not necessarily do that on camera because that's kind of just boring. I do put tasks in here just in the day, but I have a sort of separate system really for bullet journaling type task management. So that doesn't need any attention right now, but I did want to show you because I don't think I've shown you that cover. Might have done. So this is a craft paper insert that I've had for a while. I really, really like the affirmation that's on the front of this, and I really like it. I'm not actually using it. This is just some, I think that's Tomoe River paper from a field note size notebook. This is my bullet journal and catch-all notes, everything, and I'm not going to flip in here, but I did want to show you my lovely butterfly cover that I made. And on the back, and all Mod Podged over the top. So I can show you some things, but I'm not going to do a full flip through. So the main thing is to keep the main thing. Somebody said this to me, and me and my family have been laughing about it ever since. Yeah, it's true, but it's just like, what is the main thing? How do you know? How do you know what the main thing is? But yeah, so I wrote that and I decorated it. I tend to do a sort of bullet journal style thing in here, but it's really inconsistent, which is why I need my weeks and my months pre-set up, because I can't always be bothered or have time for this. But what I'm going to set up for next month, and what I did for January, is a little bit highlights, as one that I've covered up, what I want more of, what I want less of, in there. And then this is my tracking system. So I will definitely set this up again for February. So I've covered up a little bit of what I'm tracking because some of it's to do with my kids, but I do mood and stuff. That means productivity. So how did I get done what I set out the day wanting to do or not? Now, sometimes that doesn't mean work. That might mean like self-care. Did I intend to have a bath and had one? That kind of thing. That would get ticks. How much time I spent in my different roles, and then tracking, the kind of things that people track. One of the things that I've been tracking, it's actually this consistent line here, is my 5-year journal. So if you've watched my previous video, you'll know that I'm attempting a journal a day for 5 years journal this starting this year. I've never done one before. I've always wanted to do one, and I have hacked the system. What you do is you do your tracking for the day first, and you put your cross in the box to say that you will do it, and then immediately you do it before you go to bed. How clever is that? So tell yourself you've done it, and then you kind of have to do it. So this works really well for me. I made this insert. I will print off another one and stick it in, and that will be coming up for you if you want to see how that works. And then I tend to have a waiting list, so stuff I've ordered or stuff I'm waiting for. And then I don't need to show you the rest. I'm working on this is a neurographic doodle page that I started a while ago, and every now and then I fill in a square. It's quite pretty, isn't it? But you can see that this, I mean, it is literally notes, right? It's not neat, it's not interesting for anyone else. So yeah, so I'm going to turn to my next blank page and set up February. So again, I will speed this up for you, cut bits out, make it a bit more interesting, and stick some music on. So grab a cuppa and plan with me. Okay, so we just do a little mini flip of this. So I've set up my February cover page. I'm really, really pleased with how this came out. So these little stickers that I was using, these transfers, they're called print-on stickers. I got them from, these are from Moo, these are Craft Moo, but I got them from Miso Paper, so I'll link that shop below. And then I just used a couple of colouring pencils in similar colours. So these are Montmark Essentials in Golden Crest and Ocean Spray. Really love it. Look how it came out. So I decided to do a smaller version of what I had done for January. I didn't fill it up. Let's have another look at it, shall we? I didn't even come close to filling it. And it was nice. I mean, I do this most months, but sometimes a whole double page spread is a bit overwhelming. So I decided to cut this one down a bit. So if I fill it, then I'll do a bigger one next month. If I don't fill it, we'll stick with this size for a couple of months. So February, and then memories or things is, some people do gratitude in this sort of way. That's transferred in pencil, hasn't it? Am I going to be able to, yeah, get rid of that. Some people do gratitude, and actually this usually tends to be positive things, but not always. So I want to give myself permission to note the things that aren't so good as well. This is my tracker, same as last month. I've printed this on Tomorrow River paper just so I don't bulk this insert up too much, and because I've got Tomorrow River paper that I need to use up. It's the very thin stuff, so it's not ideal for making inserts, but it is really good for printing stuff out and sticking it in. My waiting for list, so this is if I order something from Amazon or whatever, and I want to write that I'm waiting for it. Also, if I'm waiting for a response from somebody or something like that. Really useful. February goals. I normally pick 2 big goals for the month. And this is where I will plot that out and then write a sort of running next actions list, like a little running checklist. They're usually based on my annual goals, which we're going to work our way towards as we continue through this Traveller's Notebook. And that is it. And that's the middle of the page, middle of the book, nearly, not quite. These usually last me 4 or 5 months, but I think I'm almost at the middle. So the next few pages here will be used for notes in February, just like they were in January. I don't think I'm going to get much more than March in here. So interesting. I'm using it more than I normally do, which is not a bad thing. Okay. So, moving onwards, this goes after the weeks, and it goes into this little craft paper folder, which just holds scraps, literally scraps, so that I can write something and give a note to somebody. I prefer these to post-it notes. Also, this is good quality paper. From inserts or notebooks in sizes I am no longer interested in using. It's usually like the last few pages out of an insert that I've used up, that kind of thing. And I just like to have it. It's also crinkly, it's paper. I like paper. Okay, moving on through here, this is what I call my collections notebook. This one is homemade out of that same very thin Tomorrow River paper. I haven't sort of flipped this properly, so I think I will. My word of the year is kindness. These are my, I call this 2022 Bing goals. So this is where I'm planning out what I want to achieve for the year. I have 3 gaps. I will probably, around halfway through the year in the summer, I will make 3 more goals to carry me through to the end of the year. I've covered a few of them up because they're to do with my family, but they're things that need to get done in 2022. And I will come here when I'm making my monthly mini goals, which are usually tasks towards this, but not always. Essential information, just phone numbers and stuff, and an extra page for that. I have a when did we last spread, which is really useful. These are important dates and birthdays that I need to refer to each month, so that's where I got those birthdays from. And then these are my babies, so these are the doula children. our wish list. Oh, and a books read, which I need to decorate at some point. And then this is a little bit about self-care. So it's a little bit of an inspirational self-care spread that I have never looked at since I wrote it, but I kind of know it's here. It's weird. It's occurred to me that I could read it and feel better a few times, and that has made me feel better. Isn't that strange? Okay. In the back here I have a round pencil board and, oh, a little tiny manila envelope. How cute. Okay. So I am done for my setup in here. So let's pop these pens back into there and move on to this guy. Now, obviously, most of this is client notes, and I am not going to be showing you those at all. But I can show you a little bit about my goal setting process. So in here, I have a goal planner, which I have got from NC. Is this a freebie or is this a paid for? I can't remember. I will look it up and put it in the description. I'm not going to show you what my business goals are, but I want to show you the system that I'm using. So I have been, so I put some notes in here about goal setting, ideal month, financials, that kind of thing. But the main bit of this first thing is I've got 3 months in here, so I'm going to do this quarterly. So January, February and March I've got in here. And the way that I've been doing this, if I should go to February, I can show you a blank one. I have been filling in the month, 4 focuses, and then you've got, so goals effectively, and then you've got week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4, which is not a to-do list really, but just what are you working on, or what do you want to be working on in those 4 weeks of the month. I guess obviously if there are 5 weeks of the month, then I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's okay. And then at the bottom, it's what worked, do more, achievements, what didn't work, do less, and what have we learned. Okay. And then I'm going to be going into goal planning. So each month, I've set it up like this. I've got 2 goals, description, why is it important, obstacles and next steps, to try and, you know, SMART goals. I'm trying to go for the sort of specifics of it and time bound and all that. So 2 main goals here, and then I've got 2 goal breakdowns. Now for some months that's enough. That's okay. This isn't a to-do list. This is a goals list. And I like the sort of next action format. So you can plan it all out beforehand, but actually you only need to do one little thing at a time, right? So you're doing the next thing each time. So 2 of those, and then it repeats. So 2 more goal overviews and 2 more goal planning sheets. So potentially 4 goals in a month, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I like it. So I did it in January. As I said, I'm not going to show you. I did 3 goals, and I found this format really, really useful. So what I end up writing on these sheets can then go into my to-do list in here. So when I'm planning my next day, you know, sitting in bed at night, working out what the hell I'm going to do with my day the next day, I can come in here and go, right, I need to do that one and 2 of those and something else. Really, really useful. And I like the fact that it's separate, so I don't have to look at this when I'm not in work mode. But I've got a place that isn't in my personal diary or planner to think about those goals. So I'm really pleased with that. Because these are big rings, I've got that problem. I don't like writing on that side. So I'm probably going to slip these. I will probably make little slits so that these pages are removable. So I am off camera going to complete my January assessment, what do you call it, review. So this thing for January and fill in this for February. I've got a thing that I can't do until March, so I might even start doing that. And then the rest of this year, I've already shown you, is stored in here, which means that if I do, for example, have a thing that comes up that I can do in the next quarter, I can start planning in it if I want to. I don't think I will. Because these are the big rings, I've then got, so that's all of my business goal setting and management here. Then my client notes, which again, obviously not going to show you guys, but that goes to there. So these are current clients that I'm working with, but also inquiries and that kind of thing. And actually, I've made some inserts that I need to, this is the one. I've made some inserts that I need to put in here. So I've got a client inquiry sheet. Obviously I'll cut this. And then for postnatal clients, I quite often, they buy a block of time. So they'll buy like 15 hours or whatever. And then they just spend it over 6 weeks or however long. And I can keep a little running tally. So if I spent 2.5 hours with them, then I'll just write the date, how many hours I've spent, and then take it off their total. So we know we've got 6 hours left or whatever. So I'll print out a few of these and add them in where I need them. So that's that. And then the next section in here, so that's clients. And look, we're only halfway through, whereas before that, my other planner was struggling with that. So that's why I really like this. I've got a food section, Leo's brownie recipe. So my 15-year-old was making brownies for our baby group and is no longer making brownies for baby group because it was way too stressful. And they wrote out the recipe, and I'm so sorry, but this is so passive aggressive. It's so funny. Beat up the walnuts and mix the crushed corpses in, and then like all the way down here it says you probably already wanted the oven preheated. Love it. Anyway, so there's that. There's another brownie recipe. This is my groaning cake, which is the very traditional medieval sort of recipe for a cake that is traditionally baked during labour. Obviously, I kind of have other things I need to be doing when I'm doulaing. I don't want to be assuming I'll be able to cook in their kitchen. So I make this ahead of time and I take it frozen and it defrosts while they're in labour. And then if it's a long labour, then the woman can have it in the stages of labour that she needs a little energy boost, or it will be defrosted and ready and lovely and unctuous and sticky and nourishing for after the baby's born. So yeah, lovely. So that's in there, and the flapjack recipe. I also have a little lending library of where my kit is. And then here are my relaxation scripts, 3-step rewind. All of that was in a separate place on small rings. So I actually had at one point, four of versions of this, cheaper felt ones. And I can get everything I need in here because they are 30 centimetre Filofax rings and they're strong and I trust them. And that is the difference, isn't it? I think when you spend, I mean, again, I got this surprisingly cheap, but when you spend a small amount of money, then you can trust your kit a little bit more. So the sort of 12, 15 pound binders that I was buying off Amazon, I've got 3, I think. Not this. What am I talking about? Not this. Hang on a minute. This kind of thing. This is what I was talking about. So when you use these, they're really, really relatively cheap, but they don't last. These rings, let me find the middle. These rings are not going to last forever. They're going to go wonky. Now, I know how to adjust rings. It's okay, but I don't want to have to, right? So I had at one point a system involving these 3. So this is the leather one that was kind of nice and came out with me. And then this one had my scripts, and this one had some goal setting and also some client notes that I wasn't using day to day that I didn't need to carry with me. And it was annoying, right? If I always got the wrong flipping thing with you. So now most of what was going in there is in here. And what I've got in here is just paper and, you know, that's a storage one. And then this one is actually holding client notes that are, I'm no longer looking after, but I'm just keeping their notes for a little bit longer in case they come back to me, basically. So yeah, that's that, I think. So I do have some work to do in here and I'm going to do that off camera. But for now, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it even a little bit inspirational. This is how I'm using these 3 planners. See you soon.